One of my mentors told me this horror story. You are realizing you need new photos of yourself for your website and social media. So you spend some time researching and connecting with a photographer you can shoot with, and there's some back and forth. You want the photos like yesterday, but you have to wait a few weeks to fit it into both of your schedules. You have your shoot, you spend some time getting ready for it the day of. It takes hours and feels like it totally wears you out for the rest of that day. And now you've got your new sales page ready or something that you're just waiting for the photos on, and it takes a few more weeks to finally get them back from your photographer, and then you aren't even happy with them. You don't like how you look, you don't like the way your body looks, and now you aren't even excited and feeling good about using them. This horror story is what I want you to avoid with the tips I'm sharing today in this video. My name is Rebecca Jacobs. I'm a personal stylist and style teacher for driven entrepreneurs and personal brands. I help you guys to figure out how to have your style work for your business and life. Next to speaking engagements, maybe getting dressed for photo shoots can be the most stressful thing to get dressed for. I mean, there is a lot to consider and a lot of unpredictable results that could happen. So I know when I tried to put together today's video, I had a list of so many tips it would have taken like an hour to get through them. So don't worry, we're not going an hour. Instead, in the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you 3 kind of areas of consideration where if you're sure to think about each one, you'll end up with some new brand photos you love. Point of consideration number 1, your shape. And the best way to flatter your shape in photos is to show it. Yep. In photos, those baggy and flowier pieces, something like this top, which might be all cute and drapey in real life, can be totally unpredictable in a photo. It can end up looking like your small head is photoshopped on a giant body. So if we go with more form-fitting things, maybe some stretchy fabrics like this, then you'll have results you can predict, which is what you want when you're dressing for a photo shoot. If you still are someone who likes to lean towards looser shapes, think about how you can balance out a bigger garment with showing some skin. So if you want to do this billowy blouse, can it be an off-the-shoulder one, so we're highlighting our shoulders and collarbone? Or can it be a loose tank top, so those things are still being shown off? Keep in mind that when you try to balance baggy with maybe a short skirt, it doesn't really work in photos because you'll have some that are going to be of you from the waist up or of a headshot, and then we're just going to see the baggy clothes without the balanced shape on the bottom. Point of consideration number 2, color. Now, this can be a sticky point because many of us have a preference towards colors and have our brand colors as colors that don't make us look our best in photos. The ones that do make us look our best are those richer, deeper, brighter shades. They're what are gonna make our photos pop. They're what's gonna make us look young and radiant. And those paler shades will not draw our clients and peers in the same way. Let's look at, it might be hard to tell on this video, but if I'm wearing a pale blue top, I'm gonna look a lot more washed out and plain, whereas a bright blue top, like this one or the one I have on, will really draw people in. It'll really be noticeable, it'll have your photos looking professional and having that radiance that you want and vibrancy to your brand. If you're still not with me on the bright colors, my next thing you can try is a bright white, a true bright colored white, like this top here. So we're not doing an off-white or a cream, but a true cool bright white will have that same radiant effect. And I would still do it with a bit of color, either if you have some jewels or a statement necklace with some color on it, or else at least a bright lipstick like what I got on here. We could do something like this. Now our third thing to consider is the tone. These photos aren't just to make you look good, although we're totally going to do that with the last 2 tips. They're to connect you with the people you want to be connected with. They're as close as we get to meeting you in person at a cocktail party. So we want them to make people feel the way you want them to feel and make you come off the way you want to come off. So ask yourself, what do you want your potential dream clients to feel about you from these photos? I'll run you through some examples. So if you have a more aspirational and lifestyle brand, a romantic ruffle top like this might be just what you need to make your potential clients and collaborators feel dreamy and feel inspired. Whereas wearing something like this is just as put together, but has a whole different energy to it. It would make people feel more energized and playful, and would kind of say that you're going to bring a bubbly personality to the work you do. And we could do another tone again. If you have a blazer, this has a much more professional and highly trained vibe to it, and it would probably connect you really well with a more corporate and traditional audience. So to recap, our 3 areas that we're gonna make sure to consider the next time we get dressed for our photo shoot is 1, shape. We want it to be fitted somewhere around our face area in particular. And we want to think about number 2, color, and we want some vibrancy and rich shades again around our face. And number 3, tone. How is this going to make people feel and think about us? And that's it. If you want to make sure you are implementing these tips before your next photo shoot, I put together a handy dandy checklist that has all these tips and more of things to make sure you're hitting on before you get dressed for your next photo shoot, for your website, Instagram, etc. If you want to download it, it'll be linked below. I hope this video helped you. I would love if you shared it with a fellow friend who dresses for photo shoots. And I can't wait to see you again next week. Upward inflection. I will survive. Face and chest area. Oh, I hate when I say chest area. Dang it.